Most of us have been up all day and all night looking at the election, and of course, Donald Trump won. I've been spending a lot of time on my community tab trolling people, but I want to get more or less to the point in this video. A lot of people, especially black women, I have noticed, are blaming black men for the reasons why Kamala Harris lost. I'll be going into more detail about this in subsequent videos. But there was one lady who was so shocked and hurt that Donald Trump lost.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
She literally felt that she's going back into slavery.
Yo, I'm scared to go to sleep. I might wake up a mother slave.
On Disney Plus.
Y'all, like, why are y'all Trump supporters? Like, why?
This is a fraud.
Why are y'all Trump supporters? Like, why is this a thing right now? Why is this okay? I can't do this no more. I should have kept my vote to myself because I knew it didn't matter. I knew it didn't.
But the most shocking video was this particular young lady who obviously will not be banned from TikTok and will not be banned at all. Is a lady by the name of Miss Chambers 8. Now the things that she has to say about black men are so egregious, you have to listen for yourself.
I know some of you out there voted for Trump because I know it wasn't black women. I know when the results come out, it's going to show that like 99.8%, because there's a 0.2% maybe of black women that might have voted for Trump. But it's going to show 99.8 voted for Kamala. But I know when them polls come out and it show how black men voted, ooh, I know y'all gonna disappoint us once again. Y'all always letting us down. Y'all the most disappointing ass race of niggas I have ever seen in my life. My God. Oh my God. Like the amount of ignorance. Like I don't want to hear shit from nobody about the economy. I don't want to hear shit about nothing. Y'all don't know how economy works. Y'all don't know how civics, none of that shit work. Like y'all clearly don't know how none of this shit work. Like y'all don't know nothing how none of that shit work. Like we are going to be so up. We about to be so up. Like, I'm trying not to be mad. Like, we about to be so up. Like, I'ma just pray that I go to sleep tonight and my God is a miracle worker in the morning. And something happened, and I don't know. Late polls, late ballots. I don't know. Where is Olivia Pope? She gonna pull something. I don't know. Something's going to happen and Kamala's gonna be president. You still gonna be done let us down, but again, black women save the day and all will be well in the world again. But I stand on how I feel. And I can't stand y'all. Word of God, I know y'all voted for Trump. And I'm talking about the ones that voted for Trump. And I'm not talking about y'all that didn't vote for Trump. If you stood down 10 toes down and you voted for Kamala, I love you, my black brother, and I'm always have y'all back. But for y'all Trump supporters, if y'all get shot in the street, I won't be marching, posting, retweeting, not a god thing. I swear to God. Now you have the night you deserve.
So if you were listening to some of the things that she was talking about, you black men are so disappointing. You guys don't know civics. You don't know this. And, you know, for those of you black men who voted, I salute you. But if you voted for Trump, then if one of you guys gets shot in the streets, then don't look for my support. And again, this is the attitude from black women like this that, let me just say this, and to be fair and blunt, nobody cares, all right? You never wondered why or asked why these black men voted for Donald Trump. What were their issues? Because for you, it didn't matter. You said that black men didn't know civics, but if they voted for Kamala Harris, it still wouldn't have mattered if they knew civics because they voted for Kamala Harris. I mean, here we are treating black men as if they are infants or they are not people. But again, if you vote for Kamala Harris and, black women ruling the world, as you say, then everything is okay. But if you don't, you're a disappointment, and I hate you N-words, and if something happens to you, then we're not going to help you. Well, if something happens, then you're not going to be able to help them anyway because it already happened. And no black man wakes up in the morning looking for Miss Chambers 8 on TikTok to help them or to protect them, okay? But see, here's what Miss Chambers 8 didn't do. She never asked black men what are their particular reasons to why they want to vote for Trump and not Kamala Harris. Brother Mark Cruz is going to break down why he voted for Trump.
Oh, yeah. We definitely have to talk about this right here. Because according to the New York Times poll, the former president, Donald J. Trump, has 25% of the black male vote. Therefore, Kamala Harris should be embarrassed for being the tie-breaking vote for the Inflation Reduction Act. That is not a lie. That is not propaganda. That is not misinformation. That is a fact. Kamala Harris, along with Joe Biden, put out policies that was out of order. And to this day, a lot of men and women are paying their hard-earned taxes for their open borders. There are three issues that are important to men when it comes to this election. Number one, the economy. Number two, immigration. Number three, inflation. But if you ask me, the immigration issue caused inflation. I'm going to say it now like I said before. If you want more, vote Trump 2024. Let's go.
He gave three reasons: the economy, immigration, and inflation. What did he say? I believe that immigration is helping the rise of inflation. Now, while that might not be proven, there is some proof that immigration has led to unemployment. Okay, that is one thing that we don't know. Economists have argued back and forth over this, but it's a really good assessment. Some economists have said this. So again, he has given his reasons without talking down on black women that vote for Kamala Harris. He's not insulted any black women that voted for Kamala Harris, nothing. But why is it when, a black man decides to vote for Donald Trump, you gotta, your knees is shabby, or your ankles is dry. Look at you, your dry ankle ass. Like, that's not what nobody is saying, but you keep hearing this from these women that are talking down to black men. And it's like, hold on, wait a minute. Now, I ain't gonna lie. If this was like 10 years ago, I would be like, look, I'm gonna get down in the dirt with you. But you know what? Now when I hear people talk like that, I'm like, you know what? Something is seriously wrong with this individual. And I'm gonna have to go ahead and take the higher route and pray for you. Because now, with that particular attitude, I already know how you're gonna do well in life. But Brother Phil Scott, I believe he was streaming last night when Kamala Harris was losing. He had this to say.
Vice President Kamala Harris, it's not looking good for you at all. It's not looking good. Now you see why these strategists are saying, man, we thinking she may lose. Now do y'all see why people think that she may lose now? Because I'm seeing more black people vote for Trump, Cornel West, I've seen people vote for him, Jill Stein, and the couch. That is the candidates that's against Harris. Couch, Trump, Stein, Cornel West, some states, Robert Kennedy. Okay? And all the fanfare of the Democrats, all the celebrities, Beyonce. You brought everything you could bring out, right? You brought out Obama. You brought out Michelle. You brought out everybody you could. And people still not showing up. You did a whole concert in Atlanta with Megan Thee Stallion. And people still not showing up. She did tonight this speech. They said, talking about her closing argument and all of that. And nobody not worried about her. Because you heard one speech from her, you didn't heard them all. What is she going to say that's so significant in that speech that you're going to say, oh, okay, man, yeah. She repeating the same thing.
Now, let me build on what he was saying, okay? The Democrats have all of the influence, all the black support. They have LeBron James. They have Cardi B. They have everybody. They still lost. Why is that? Let's look at some of the black support that happened in some of the swing states, okay? Now, it wasn't that the black support was so great, but it was enough to go toward the other end. All right. If you look at a state like Georgia, 2020, you had 88% blacks vote Democrat and Republicans 11%. 2024, you had 86% voting Democrat and Republicans 12%, a 1% point gain. Now, that doesn't sound like very much, but when you have millions of votes, a percentage point can be like 20,000, 30,000 votes. And then if you don't have the 2% gain you had in 2020, that leads to a whole bunch. And again, just like Brother Phil said, if those people stay home, then you don't get that. All right? Let's look at Michigan. In Michigan 2020, Democrats were 92% of the vote, Republicans were 7%. This year, Democrats were 90% and Republicans 9%. It doesn't seem like a big gain, but it is a big gain. Okay? Because Michigan, Trump barely won. That means a lot of blacks, even in Wayne County and counties like that where you have Detroit, he didn't win, but it was significantly enough counts there to be like, okay, well, by the time, like 95% of the vote was in and she was down by 150,000 votes, there was no way for her to come back because people in Michigan were just tired of the Biden administration. The same thing happened in North Carolina. 2024, Republicans 7%, Democrats 92%, okay? Now, Democrats 87%, Republicans 12%. Now, what this number doesn't tell you is how many of these black women also switched. See, y'all not talking about that. It's all the black men. Oh, I know black women didn't vote. BS. Black women also voted and helped Trump. He got more black women support too. And in North Carolina, you had a 5% loss on every side. Republicans gave 5%, Democrats lost 5%. That's a 10% swing. Pennsylvania, 2020, 7% black. 92% blacks for Democrats. Republicans 10%, Democrats 89%. Again, that's not a huge difference that you think looking at it, but it is big enough to swing a state. And that's exactly what they did. They swung a state. And in Wisconsin, it was evident. Republicans were 8% of the vote that were black in 2020. Democrats 92%. This year, Republicans that were black were 21%, a 13 percentage point shift towards Trump. And Democrats were 77%. It was crazy. You cannot win an election like that. Now in Nevada already has a lot of black Trump supporters, but still, those were the swing states, guys. And you're blaming black men for this. And the reality was, why didn't you check everybody on the Democratic Party for why they can't compete? And again, this is going to be continuously a problem, blaming black men for everything instead of blaming the party that just can't compete. And they had the opportunity in the last 4 years. What did they do with it? They did not perform. So now you want to reward people for not performing? That's politics. Either you perform in business or you get replaced. Biden's administration got replaced. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shady Jackson. Back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity John. Producer for all you do. Subscribe to the bell. I'm out.